what can you solve? That's important. What can you solve to add to your toolbox? What can you improve to get you to start thinking differently? Hi everybody, this is Sam with Python Basics, and we're going to do a little bit of a different video today. So alright, we're going to really kind of delve into and how to look at how to solve a computer programming problem. So they're not supposed to be easy. So basically, and the older you are, the harder this is to kind of wrap our head around, because I want you to think about it like this. A computer has a very small and simple set of rules that it abides by. The language does, especially Python. Very simple. You got loops, you got variables, you got some math operations that you can do, and that's it. So whatever your problem is, you have to break it down. And the way that I love to explain this is, can you explain this to a 5-year-old? That is all the tools that a 5-year-old has. Very small amount. And if you can do that, then you can write the program. And think about what kind of problem it is. I like to go back and let's just look at the first iteration of prime numbers. So, excuse me. So over time, when I was learning, the first prime numbers, it was this huge clunky program that checked, rechecked, then if this was true, return true. Well, you then learn how to simplify that and put that line on one if statement. So you're not supposed to sit down and be able to understand these things. You're not if you're brand new. It's supposed to be odd, but the more practice, the more practice, the more practice, the more practice. So I just want to give you guys just a second of a breather. Give yourself a break. Don't try to sit down and write the whole program at one time. One, you're going to have a whole bunch of bugs in there. You're not going to know which line is working or not. You're going to find the last line that was broken, but that could be a false negative that you could have all these other lines. So write one little bit of an operation, test it, go from there. So think about it. If it's something that needs to happen a certain amount of number of times, for loop with a range function, that number of times. If you're going to continuously check something over and over again, a while loop until something changes. So think about what the problem, architect this, lay this thing out, get a piece of paper, get a dry erase board, whichever way that works best for you. Lay it out. I remember when I was learning, I'd have these dry erase boards and I would go, I need this to happen and this to happen. And then I'd work it backwards, and how can I turn this into Python? What is the ratios? What are the relationships? How do these pieces go together? So give yourself a break. So if you can't do the highest level on all these websites of these coding challenges, who cares? What are you interested in doing? What are you interested in fixing? Go back, if you've been coding for over a year, go back to some of your early programs and see if you can make them better. That is one, I call that reinforced learning. So we're going to start talking like that a lot more. So how can we improve? How can we get 10 lines of code down to 4? Or the one that I love is when we were resetting, I think it was a Pygame. We had it as 4 lines and then we combined it into 2 with an and. Those are the type of things that you should be more interested in. Not going, I can't solve this. What can you solve? That's important. What can you solve to add to your toolbox? What can you improve to get you to start thinking differently? That's what learning how to program is learning how to think differently. How simple can I make this explanation? That's what programming is. Not how elaborate can I make this program. That's not it. Because I want you to think about what you write, then it goes back to your language, Python, and then it goes all the way back to a chip being open or closed. Just think about that for a second. That's what we're having a computer do. Now we're even having them look at screens. I remember when that was unheard of. Having a camera understand things. It's reading the pixels on the screen and differentiating between the colors. That's amazing. So give yourself a break. Figure out what the problem is, figure out what the constraints are, and go from there. And the most important, if you have been doing this for a while, go back and look at an old piece of code and make it better. All right. So that was my little spiel for the day. So if you have any comments, questions, any video requests, please drop them down below. And if you know anybody who's struggling, please share this with them. This is a journey. It's even past a marathon. It's not even a marathon. It's a journey. It's not a sprint. All right. So thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Hey, guys. Thanks for joining us today. I hope you really enjoyed today's video. And if you haven't, check out this video right here, or this one right down here. And most important, make sure you're hitting this subscribe button and the notification bell. Thanks again for joining us, and we hope to see you next time. Bye, guys.